What's up, my boomers? It's me, Melanie Mac, here on my new channel, Melanie Mac Go Boom. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. So, I'm going to react to the Miss Marvel trailer that dropped like a few hours ago at the time of me filming this. Which, by the way, if my camera, for some reason, is not registering colors very well today, it has crapped on me and crashed on me so many times. I've been working on it. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, if I look like an alien, hey, I can't guarantee I'm not. But, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, before I get started, though, I did want to share for the G Fuel contest thing that I'm in, we had to upload these GIFs. We had to make and upload 3 GIFs. And so I just wanted to share what I made. There's one of them. I did these yesterday. It was so fun. And then this one here. This is a get good GIF. I like a good get good GIF. And then here, pausing the game to be like, what? Dude, really? So these are my entries. If you're on Twitter and you want to drop me a like, that would be great. You don't have to, of course, because it doesn't make a difference. I'm being judged based on a panel. But if I make it past this round, then I'll be in the quarterfinals. So that would be huge. Top 8. Like, what the heck, man? One step closer to getting my own shaker cup. The dream. So anyway, let me go ahead and react to this Miss Marvel video. I will say I don't really know that much about Miss Marvel as a whole. I'm more into anime and manga than I am Western comics for the most part. I do really like Batman, so I'm more of a DC girl than a Marvel fangirl, but I like some Marvel stuff, not as much lately, but I do really like some Marvel stuff. I grew up watching like the 90s X-Men cartoon and Spider-Man and all that jazz, and I like the movies. So yeah, I'm just going into this with, I'm not claiming to be some expert, but this is my opinions and you know, my impressions based off this. So let's go ahead and give this a watch.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say, I get it.
You get what?
So far, I'm definitely getting like Life is Strange vibe, the game. Like the first one. Looks like that's kind of an aesthetic that they're going for. Now, I did like that game though, not gonna lie. But I feel like this whole target audience is definitely not at my age range at 35 years old, so I gotta remember that.
High school.
Kamala. Another event?
Is that like Kamala Harris? I thought it was I can't keep up because I thought people were saying Kamala and she said Kamala. I don't know. Is this like is this like referencing that almost?
Cute. She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You were weirdo. Boys.
They always have like the love interest in these teen shows who's out of the main character's league, if I'm being honest.
You're kind of on my show.
I mean, her not so much. She's real pretty, but first of all, she looks way younger too. What the crap?
But you're staring out the window in your little fantasy land. Kamala, hey, already? Really? Come on, like.
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or is there like...
At least, yeah, I will say though, she actually appears to be around the age of the character she's portraying. So I know back in my day, that 30-year-olds played teenagers. My camera is making me look very blue. I'm an alien today. I hope y'all are okay with that, by the way. But anyway.
Maybe they're right. I spend too much time in Fantasyland.
That is not you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world.
Here's the thing about that lines like that. That's what it makes me feel like it's pandering from Marvel. Because you're already representing that. You've already got diverse representation that we don't always see every day in Hollywood and all that kind of stuff. So you shouldn't have to keep throwing it in the viewer's face. We can see that. Let it speak for itself. And I know whenever I see like a action movie or anything like that that has a female lead and they want to just throw it in your face and remind you constantly, by the way, this is a woman, yeah, girl power, woo, then it just feels like such pandering. It's like, can we just let the movie be cool? Do you have to, we can see, I can see that. It's just when you let the movie speak for itself, it stands on its own way more, and it doesn't, and it feels more authentic. That's the thing. And when it comes to Marvel and Disney and all that kind of stuff, I genuinely don't think they actually care about representation or about anything like that. It's just they want the points from it, but do they even really care that much? It's all about just the money for them, and it's pandering. And let's not act like Disney is some like righteous, caring company.
That's a fantasy too.
Did something happen to you?
No, why? Did you hear something?
So it's like crystal powers, which to my knowledge, I thought she had stretchy skin and stuff. I don't know the full extent of what her powers are according to the comics, but don't think that's it. That seems to be the big complaints.
But I never imagined any of this.
You knew what you
Her arm did stretch there, but I believe that was like a crystal. It looks like some sort of crystal powers instead of stretchy skin. I mean, the actual vibe of her being like nerding out, like this nerdy girl who likes superheroes a lot and stuff, which again, I'm not super versed in Miss Marvel, but to my knowledge is a big part of her character. That seems to be on point. So here's when it comes to things like superhero adaptations or any type of adaptation that already existed before, and in this case Miss Marvel's, she's been around for a little bit at least. I don't know exactly how long, but I like to see accuracy, and I like to see them stay true to the character and stuff. And in many ways that seems to be a thing, but not completely, in the fact of just changing the dynamic of how her powers work or what her power is. That's like when it comes to a superhero, changing their power is one of the worst things you could really do, I would think. But that almost makes it feel like, okay, Disney wanted the representation of this character, but they didn't actually want to be accurate to her. I could see how fans could possibly get upset about that. Now, I'm not invested, so it doesn't matter to me either way. And I'll just say, as a viewer of Marvel movies, and without me really knowing that much about the background of many of the characters beyond like X-Men in the Marvel, or Spider-Man, it doesn't really appeal to me, but I don't think I'm the target audience anyway. This definitely looks a lot like a younger audience, so I don't know, maybe the kids will be into it these days. I feel like when I was a kid, I wouldn't. And this also, that Red Panda show, I forget what it's called, but there was a tweet about, let me just go ahead and kind of get off topic a little bit here. I don't know about kids these days, but at least in my day, I feel like things were different, or maybe I'm just speaking for myself because I was a nerdy homeschool kid. But like, look at this tweet about, let me go here. Look at this tweet about Turning Red. She says, Turning Red is about how messy puberty is. If you don't want a movie to talk about hormones, periods, and first crushes to your 12-year-old-ish kid, it's not the movie for your family. But they get to make movies for preteen kids. Those kids deserve to see themselves too. And then I just saw that at like 4:30 a.m. I did not sleep that much. But anyway, I said my first crush was RoboCop. You couldn't have paid me to watch a movie about puberty when I was 12 or ever. That's at least when I was a kid. I don't know. at least for me, that wasn't the kind of stuff I wanted to watch. The first movie I remember watching in theaters with, I believe, was Terminator 2. I was all about Terminator, RoboCop, Godzilla, the 90s Marvel cartoons, that sort of thing. Dude, I wouldn't be caught dead watching a show about puberty at any age. So is this what kids are into now? Are they into that kind of stuff? Because I can say confidently I never was, even when I was going through it. So that is interesting, I guess. But anyway, let me go ahead and actually go into this tweet from Marvel just to get just to read and get an idea of how the general population are seeing it. Ratio seems relatively good, though I would think, oh, this has been 2 hours. The amount of likes for a Marvel tweet is pretty low, but it's not getting like ratioed. All right, Unbound says, I might have actually been excited for this had they not changed her powers completely and turned her into a rip-off Green Lantern. I learned to like her character a lot in the Avengers game, but you've ruined her. Okay. And then he goes, calm down, watch the show. You don't know anything really yet. I hate it when people completely invalidate fans. Like, this is someone who's somewhat of a fan, at least from the game. I hate it when people invalidate fans. Like, people say the same crap whenever I was like, if I talk about Tomb Raider example, oh, just get over it. Oh, just play it first. Oh, this, that. And it's always, every time we have criticisms for things that we like, from things that we actually like, we get told, oh, get over it. Just completely invalidate. Oh, the fans don't matter. I haven't seen the trailer yet, and looking at the comments, I assume she doesn't go through Terrigenesis. Does it say in the trailer where she gets her powers from? It seems she puts on some magic bracelet. Maybe it's Kree to link her to Carol, while conveniently forgetting the whole Inhumans thing we don't really mention anymore. Okay, interesting. Seems like a lot of the backstory just isn't accurate. It looks like a good show, but that's not Kamala. That they totally, I have to think, because since that was mentioned how people were mispronouncing it, I'm like, wait, I want to make sure I'm saying it right. They totally changed her powers. WTF. Kamala Khan was awkward because her powers were awkward and not glamorous. That was the point. But the show looks pretty good for what it is. But that's not a true Kamala Khan. You guys already hacked it up. What don't you like? This because you had one job. How have you been so good so far, then totally mess her up? I wouldn't say Marvel has been so good so far. I mean, they recently, not as much. They seem more concerned about trying to act like they're the first to do things. They're the first, like Gen Z and Marvel and Disney are the first to invent women in movies, or to invent anybody who's not white in movies. And yeah, they're too concerned about trying to appear to be saviors. But I don't know, like I said, it's definitely not for me. It's not something I would enjoy, but I could see how maybe if people who like the more like teenage shows, I don't think it looked terrible. It just didn't look for me. And I think the biggest issue seems to be that they completely changed the character. I don't like seeing that in any capacity. I think accuracy is very important, and so I don't like seeing that. But anyway, let's go ahead and read some comments from some of my recent videos. We have Informed Dissent, who says, for me, a ginger, I think there's more to the character than the hair. Needs to have Xena vibes. Gina Carano in a wig would be better. Sonya is beautiful but strong. She hangs with Conan. For heck's sake, love the channel. Thank you so much. And you know what? This is a good point. When I saw this comment, I was like, dude, Gina would be amazing. I like that. I feel like having a woman with like a wrestler background or something, or she's very strong, would definitely be cool. All right, X Fail X says, I'm a newer subscriber, but thank you so much for being one of the few sane voices on the internet in a flood of hypocritical woke bullies. I know it's easy to be discouraged when you get attacked on a daily basis, but you are making a difference. Stay feisty, stay outspoken, and continue to push back against all the insanity. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Carlos says, they don't like you because you are mixed. As far as I know, everyone is mixed somewhere. And that's honestly a good point, especially when it comes to America. We're a melting pot, and we used to be able to celebrate that. And the fact is most Americans are mixed to some degree, at least. And what I find odd is how much the woke crowd is so obsessed with this pure bloods, the pure blood line. Like, everybody needing to be in this pure blood line. They don't like mixed people, and that's pretty racist in itself. We are all related and we all have common ancestors. Does that mean they hate all Latin Caribbean people who are a mix of indigenous, African, and white? I have never seen your channel. This video came up. Consider me a subscriber. Thank you so much, Carlos. That's so nice of you. I think you made some really great points. Katie Retro says, hey, Melanie, can you do a video on the G4 stuff that's been happening? It would be interesting to hear your thoughts on it. Amazing how they went from crying about sexism to having some Twitch streamer in a bikini on their show in less than 2 months. I know, it's weird. It's like the backtracking there. I could go in depth on that. I could look more into it. I just honestly haven't. But it definitely could be worth discussing if there's no new, like, really new relevant stuff I need to talk about. I could totally do that if people would like to see that. Derp says, the verse citing towards the end of your video is the cherry on the cake. Helps remind people to stay humble and true to themselves within this twisted woke era. Even for those whom do not believe and or practice. Great add-on once again. Thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Lincoln says, I absolutely love that actual women are rallying against all this woke bullcrap of women can't be sexy. It's absolutely ridiculous and completely insane. Heck yeah, you go, girl. Put it down on these clowns. Thank you, Lincoln. That's the thing when it comes to a lot of these woke crowds. They try to speak for other people. It's a bunch of woke saviors speaking for women, speaking for minorities. And yeah, they want to be our saviors and they want to control us. It's absurd. Mike says, get good, scrub. I heckin' love this chick. Yeah, myself. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for that. All right, so let me go ahead and go for today's verse of the day. Proverbs 29:25, which says, the fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe. And I like this because it's just like, dude, the fear of man, essentially like caring so much about what people think of us, it's pointless, first of all, and you're never going to win this game. If you care so much about what other people think, you're never going to win because you're never going to make everybody happy. And I think that's a huge part of our journey in life, is being able to accept that, hey, some people aren't going to like us, and that's okay. We should strive to be the best we can be, but it doesn't matter how great you are. Some people aren't going to like you. That's life. It's part of life. So it's more important to put our trust in God than it is to put our trust in people and trying to please people, because you can never please people. You just can't. So the real ones are going to be there. Anybody else, who freaking cares, dude? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyway, there's today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you all tomorrow. And in the meantime, go boom.